is good, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers. My name is Mark Wallace. I am so happy that you found us here on this Wednesday afternoon, late March. Sun is shining, as you can see over my shoulder here. Maybe, just maybe, the snow will stop here in upstate New York. One can only hope for. Look, we got a ton of stuff going on tonight, right? Whew. First, we got to talk about what happened last night in the hockey world. There was a full slate last night. We got 2 games tonight, which is this is a goofy schedule. We got some NIT basketball happening tonight. We've got some WTA and some ATP tennis happening down in Miami. But you know what? Who cares about all of that stuff? It is opening night, which sounds a little weird. It should be opening day. It's opening night. I'm going to get into that a little bit with my dear friend and incredible colleague, Mr. Robbie Hockey himself. But before we get into that, let's take a look and see what happened yesterday. And celebrate it. You know, he had 3 shots on goal in the first period, and I was just about to send Robbie a text, be like, hey, that is the easiest cash in the world to get to 4, and then nothing for the rest of the game. Nothing. I think I don't know what happened. I'm gonna ask Robbie here shortly. But Logan Thompson, I got a text from Robbie, and this is all, the fact that this cashed last night is Robbie. St. Louis Blues under went back live simply because we found out Logan Thompson was in goal. And Rob, I gotta ask you. First of all, I want to thank you for that tweet or text, because it literally was. If you saw it on Twitter, my reaction was the Undertaker sitting right up out of the coffin going, it's on. It's time to get with it. And before we jump into everything, sir, how are you doing? And tell me what the hell happened with Macklin.
The Preds happened. They beat the snot out of San Jose last night, which we had beaten them 13 straight times. And I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of times to beat somebody. And last night made it 14 in a row. But Celebrini showed up in the first period, and then they disappeared. He was a missing leg in a big parlay just for a point. And eventually he had a point, and they took it away. So they must have saw that I was going to win some money on that. So I don't know, man. He came out firing. I thought, yes, this is great. Where Preds are winning, he's shooting, and then he just stopped. And that was it.
And you know what? We got the chats already buzzing already. We got Miss Kim White is in the chat. Joe is in the chat. Mine and your dear friend, Calvo, is in the chat going on. Joe's asking a question, and it's a fair one. Where's DG? You know what, Joe? After all the things DG said yesterday about, will Mark have a NRFI play? Blah, blah, blah. Will Robbie do home runs? You know what? Maybe he's in a little timeout right now. Maybe he just needs to start rethinking some life choices, is all I'm saying. Hey, Robbie, let's get into last night. Yes, Macklin Celebrini decided to do cardio for the last 2 periods in that game. But give me your take. I mean, it was a full slate last night, right? We had 15 games. Some of them had a lot of importance. What was your overall impression of last night's results?
That 15 games is too much to try to keep up with it, first off. But it was a crazy night. Ottawa secures them a playoff spot as of now, not for good, but that was a big win for them. Their young guy came in late. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he literally got the call yesterday. He drove 5.5 hours to Detroit, suited up, and he was the star of the game, had a goal and assist, so shout out to him. Boston losing a heartbreaker to Toronto at home, a game you should win and should have won. Now your playoff hopes aren't secured, and then you get to play Buffalo tonight, so good luck with that. New Jersey and Dallas was crazy. I thought Dallas was going to make a comeback. New Jersey's just a scoring machine right now. Then the late slate was kind of a dud. Edmonton, Utah was a bit of a dud. It started off pretty strong, went away, and then Anaheim and Vancouver. I mean, it's Vancouver. Who wants to stay up and watch them?
Oh, well, listen, and I love that when the chat starts going, because as you're talking, everything starts flying by. Scotty Too Hottie mentions it is Survivor Wednesday. Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit here in just a second. Nate says Sharks are belly up on the season, and we talked a little bit about that yesterday. What does this and I bring that up specifically for there's only 2 games on the ice tonight, right? We got Buffalo and Boston and Toronto and
the Rangers.
Yeah. Boston has to be absolutely just deflated and a little demoralized. How does that fare when you have to take on one of the hottest teams right now in all of hockey?
It's not great, especially since Buffalo hasn't played since Sunday, and Boston now has to come to Buffalo, and now their playoff hopes are kind of up in the air. Where if they just took care of business last night, they could have a little bit of breathing room tonight, maybe try to get it to overtime and secure a point, which I'd imagine that game could be a good spot for a draw. Because I'd imagine if Buffalo goes up early, like 2-0, 3-0, they may take their foot off the gas just because of where they're at in the rankings. But, yeah, Sharks are done. I think the Sharks are done. Last night was the game that I thought, all right, if they can turn around this game and kind of get better against Nashville, I would still have hope in them. But I think they're out. Seattle, I think, is out now after losing to Florida last night. That was kind of crazy. Another crazy game. Thank you, Bobby McMahon, though, for scoring a goal and a point. That was a good play I had last night. But yeah, I think the Sharks are done. I think Seattle's done.
And, listen, I don't know what is in the water right now, but I'm going to keep drinking it. I went 8-1 on my picks on juststatsports.com. Our fellow, the new cappers that are on, JB and Brian, they went 5-1. You were hitting picks left and right. I know Taj is hitting his picks. DG hit his pick. All in all.
Quality over quantity with DG, man. 1-0 is better than 0-4, so I'll give him that.
100%. All I'm saying is, look, the model projections are absolutely on fire right now. You're getting that plus that kind of a record with the handicappers, all for $15 a month. Are you kidding me? It's $7.50 for your first month. It's $15 after that. That is insane. It's a tremendous value. I would encourage you all, do not start this Major League Baseball season, which is a great segue to what we're going to talk to in just a second, without looking at what the model projections are, because last year on run line model projections plus 118 units. Let that sink in. 118 units for the season. Getting into tonight. It doesn't really feel like opening day to me. And it bothers me. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't like this spot. I would much rather be sitting here on a show like we will be tomorrow, where we've got 2 or 3 games that are already a couple innings in. We've got some action going on. We can talk about doing some live betting. Yes, I can't wait for day baseball. But at the same time, is it opening day really?
Not to me. No, and we covered this yesterday as well. Tomorrow is opening day. I'm wearing my Red Sox gear because I'm not on tomorrow, so I figured I'd wear it today. But tomorrow feels like opening day more than it does tonight. Tonight's like an appetizer. And I've been on Twitter. I have seen everybody posting their home run slips for this game tonight, and the books are going to get a lot of donation money. That's all I can say. I don't know how you could bet heavy home runs in this game where the weather's freezing. Those balls are heavy. Like, you want to do some hits runs, and RBIs parlays maybe, but gosh, man, home runs tonight just seem like they're going to be few and far between.
So you bring up an excellent point, and I want to get to this because it's something, and you and I haven't talked about this at all, but with the new tax laws, the federal tax laws, a person used to be able to write off 100% of their gambling losses versus any profit that they had won. Okay. So that's the tax law. And not to put everybody to sleep here in 25 seconds talking about tax law. But long story short, they've done away with that. You can no longer deduct those losses. And so first of all of those hype parlays, in all seriousness and all BS aside, you are the only guy I know that hits ridiculous parlays on a consistent basis. So I'm asking you, for everybody else that's putting those crazy parlays out there, Do you think we see less of these lottery type parlays?
Well, maybe from me, because I kind of understand the tax law a little bit. I'm not a very good accountant, but
this is not tax advice. This is not tax advice by any stretch.
But for everybody, especially in Twitter land, no, you'll still see them flying around. And because let's be real, some of these slips aren't real. You can kind of decipher which ones are real and which ones are not real. And the money that they put on them are also kind of not real. If I'm, let's be full transparency here. If it's a plus 20,000 leg that I'm playing, I put these in the parlay section and I put it at the top, fun ones. This is if you got some spare change, you just want to get your bankroll to a nice round number. That's what you take a gamble on with these. I'm not putting $50 on a plus 20,000 parlay. I'll do good to put 10 to 15 on one of those. Now, if it hits, it's great money, but no, I think you'll still see them because that's what everybody's gimmick is on Twitter right now, especially during baseball season or these home run parlays.
And Scotty brings up a great point. Just tailing you alone is worth the membership.
I'm trying, brother. Hockey parlay props it's been about even the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to find my spots, but these teams either show up or they don't. It's crazy right now.
And, so opening night, and because DG's right, the MLB is not calling it opening day. They're calling it opening night, which is, okay, tomato. It's the start of your regular season, MLB, and it's on Netflix. A platform that has been notorious for not really being able to provide the quality that most people come to expect from a regular TV station platform type situation.
Right.
I know how I feel. My position on this is not opening day, because opening day involves every single team being able to do their own ceremonies and really get going. And that for me is opening day. Having one game to start the regular season is a crumb. And it pisses me off, Rob.
Okay.
It pisses me off that we're getting this tease, and it's just a dangle. Do you think MLB changes it moving forward?
We'll see. We'll see how the numbers do. If the numbers aren't very good on this game tonight, which it's MLB and it's Survivor tonight as well, so you're going to lose a lot of audience members just watching Survivor. But no, in all seriousness, football can get away with this. You can have a top football game to start the NFL season on a Monday, even a Thursday. MLB is a different beast. It's a different tradition. It's like you said, it's opening day for a reason, because you got all the ceremonies, you got everything involved with it. So when you have an opening night, it's fun. I think it's fine. It's fun. Netflix still sucks because you can't share passwords with 12 people anymore. So how many people are going to be able to watch it? It's kind of a good and bad thing. I only have 2 people watching mine now. So, but at the same time, how many of the older audience, MLB fans, even have, like, not calling it out anybody, but how many people have Netflix? Because it's a fair question. As we have so many streaming services, I've had people saying they got rid of something. Like,
are you
Netflix
legitimately asking me if I know how to use Netflix?
I didn't call you old. You called yourself old.
Just checking. I know how to get Netflix, dude. I can pull that up right now. In fact, I was just watching Netflix before the show started. For me, opening day is all about the tradition. MLB is so rooted in tradition. And I remember as a young man, my father taking me and my brother to a San Diego Padres baseball game on opening day, and we got to skip school. And there was just something magical about the entire thing. Going to a Major League Baseball game in and of itself is an incredible experience. But when you feel like this is something super, super special, opening night just falls short.
Yeah. It's a memory maker. You're right. Especially as a kid, if you go with your old man or go with some of your friends as a kid, that's a memory maker. There may be some memories made tonight, but I don't know.
Well,
Good night for
okay,
Netflix
so
and
you and
chill.
DG are on the same page because he says it's good night for Netflix and chill. Bruh.
Yeah. I'm like I said, the numbers tomorrow will tell you all you need to know if this was a hit or not when we see the numbers tomorrow.
Oh, and our dear friend Kyle and KC, who yesterday was just going after me on Twitter with all of his wrestling references that absolutely sailed right over my head. He says, not like I needed any more reason to hate the Yankees. Right. They're taking this over.
Yeah, 100%.
It says the guy with the Boston jersey.
And look, they have cheated us out of a Rafael Devers home run because last year we cashed with daytime Devers. Every time he was in a daytime game, he's almost automatic for a home run, especially on Thursdays. Thursday day game Devers, it's an automatic. That is one thing. No matter the weather, it seems like he always hits.
And I'm going to tell each and every single one of you watching right now, this is why you watch live, especially with Robbie, because when he starts dropping nuggets like this, that is pure gold. There is so much money to be made on that little nugget right there. Daytime Devers on a Thursday, do with that what you will. And speaking of things, during the day. And then you know what you use throughout the day? I don't care what, if it's for lunch, hell, even if it's for breakfast, if you're doing something if you're having eggs or potatoes for breakfast, lunch, dinner, I don't care what it is, you need to use this.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors, original, hot, and no salt, that's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't-miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Whoa, thought Mark was next, but it is me. That's all right, because we're going to go Rasmus Dahlin, 1+ assist, -125. I actually kind of hedged this bet because I think not only will he get an assist, but I really like him for an anytime goal tonight, and I grabbed it at +425 this morning. Look, he has 2 goals, 3 assists in his last 5 against Boston. He's been off since Sunday. His last game, he had 2 assists as well. He has 9 assists overall in his last 10, and at home, he's been nothing but dominant. Prior to his last 2 games at home, he was on an 8-game assist streak, and I love this spot. -125 feels like very good odds for a guy who is always on the score sheet. And then a little personal note: Darlene's wife she had surgery. She had to actually have a heart transplant last summer. So she has been in France and in Sweden recovering and having a heart transplant. She returned on Monday night. So Darlene not only has a newfound team with Buffalo playing well, but he's got his wife back. And I think that leads me to want to bet his props tonight. Like I said, I love his anytime assist, but I wouldn't be shocked if he gets a goal as well in this game. So shout out to Rasmus Dahlin. I'm glad his wife is doing well, and let's cash his ticket.
Excellent. I love it. And I am going to, listen, it is opening night, not opening day, but you know what? I can't stay away. I'm taking the New York Yankees versus the Giants. The first 5 here, first 5 innings, under 3.5 at -110. And this is a spot that usually comes down to pitching. And this one has 2 guys who are absolutely built to control games early. Max Fried steps in for New York, coming off another strong season. And even in his last spring outing, while he wasn't perfect, the workload was there. He stretched out. He should be sitting in that 85 to 90 pitch range, which is going to get us close to this 5-inning mark. His ability to generate ground balls and limit hard contact plays perfectly in Oracle Park, which already suppresses offense, especially this time of year with the colder air knocking balls down. On the other side, we get Logan Webb. We've already seen him at the World Baseball Classic, and in a home spot, this is a guy you want to back more often than not. He's coming off another 200-plus inning season. The strikeouts ticked up. The command is still elite. And when you combine that with his ground ball profile in a park like this, it's really tough for teams to string together offense early. Zooming out, early season games tend to favor the pitchers anyway. Hitters are still getting timing down. Conditions are colder, and everything plays a little bit slower. This sets up as a game where both starters settle in, they limit the damage, and keep scoring to a minimum through the first 5. And that's what I'm on for tonight.
I normally hate unders, but I actually really, really like that one, especially where they're playing the time of night, in April. It's not even April yet, still in March. So
Right.
I like that look.
Right. So we do have some comments here. And I want to, first of all, Robert Rothberg, I'm trying to read that name out. It says, Tony Vitello will lead the Giants to a championship. First of all, Robert, I've never seen you in the chat before. Welcome. So glad you're jumping in. You will soon find that this is the best chat in the business for a reason. Do you think the Giants have a shot this season to win it all?
Yeah, he must be a Tennessee fan because Vitello did great things in a certain orange color in Knoxville. So I don't hate that he's at San Francisco. I don't mind these young guys who have success elsewhere getting a chance. So I'm glad he's with the Giants. I don't have to see him all year as my Florida Gators play the Tennessee Vols. So I wish him nothing but success. I hope he has a long, tenuous career in the MLB.
I love it. I love it. Nate says it's going to be a long season for the Cards.
Yeah. That's weird to say, too, because they seem like they're always there or have always been there every year, like right in the thick of it. But I haven't heard too much from STL right now.
And it's crazy because I know St. Louis. So in Missouri, you really get a feel for teams both on the opposite side of the state, right? You got St. Louis to the east, Kansas City to the west, and I know it's Kansas City, Kansas, but they share the same. It's a Midwest thing, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is this a good time for Cardinal fans to maybe start sliding over a little bit to the west and be like, I think our Royals got a shot?
I don't know. The Cardinals fans I know would never in their life do that. So a friend of mine, he's a Braves fan. She's a Cardinals fan. That's where she's from, and they had a child. So it was his first birthday. So I definitely stirred the pot and bought him a Ronald Acuna jersey for his first birthday. So.
Yeah. There's a shocker. You stirring the pot. That's always a shocker. Speaking of stirring the pot, DG's doing a rank that for the MLB championship contenders today. Who are your top 5? Listen, drop them in the chat. I know he's taking notes. I can't wait to see that one. That should be a really good one. And I'm kind of taking a look over here. We've got some Kyle in KC says, hit a little tidbit from Kansas City. We moved the fences in.
They did.
Feet. Wow.
Yes, they did. I heard that on a hockey podcast of all things yesterday. Somehow it got talking about baseball, and they did. They moved the field in.
Why?
Doing some kind of construction.
Is it, or do they think that Cags needs that extra?
Cags doesn't need it. Maybe Bobby Witt needs it, but definitely not Cagliano or Pasquantino, as we saw in the World Baseball Classic.
So, and Kyle says, I mispronounced St. Loser. That's all right. All right, gotcha. Listen, we had a question. And yet before I get to our light the lamp segment here, we had a question in yesterday's chat, and I saw it after the show ended. And so I apologize because Scotty Tuhati asked a great question. When you're at the grocery store, self-checkout, or do you go to stand in line and wait for a cashier? I asked you.
I try my absolute damnedest to not have a cart to where I have to interact with anyone or have anyone ask me how I am, even though I know they don't care and I don't care how they are either. So I am a self-checkout person, but I won't be that butthole who fills up a cart and tries to check it out on himself, even though I'm a better self-checkout person than the actual people that work there. I can get in and out very efficiently, but no, I will not do a cashier checkout unless I have to, unless I have a full cart.
Okay. First of all, I don't care how many groceries I have. I don't care if I'm holding one item. I am that person that will go stand and wait for a cashier. You want to know why? because I want to support those high school kids with their first job. They're out there, they're trying it, whatever the reason. Those people, and during COVID, those were the heroes. They were considered, they got exemptions to go to work and interact with people because people needed groceries. So yes, I will always support the cashiers. I hate self-checkout, hate it to. And my wife was like, why don't we just go through self-checkout? I'm like, no, it absolutely, it disgusts me. I can't do it.
Can I tell you a secret? Because I used to be one of those high schoolers who worked in retail. And if we had self-checkouts back in the day, I would sit there and say, yes, they're doing a self-checkout. So I didn't have to deal with it. So there is that. But then again, I'm an odd duck anyway, though. I'd rather, I hate going to the grocery store. It never fails that, especially if I go with Sarah, that we find somebody or she finds somebody she knows. I just want to get my protein and get out. That's all I want to get. I don't want to be in there. I've got 3 feral kids that I don't want to have to take in there either because, they're always trying to get into everything. Like self-checkout or bust for me.
I love that you refer to your kids as being feral.
They are.
Speaking of feral, Joe says I look like I'm going to the library for the first time in 9 years to research birds.
Should have used the Dewey Decimal System.
Dude, not anymore. It's called the internet, Joe. Find it. Yeah. He also says he's old just like me. Give him a cashier. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I had a guy. This is a true story. I had to go to Publix last night, and I did have a cart because I had to get some groceries for all the kids. And the guy comes to my cart. I can take these out of your cart for you. No, thank you, man. I am a 37, soon to be 38-year-old adult. I don't need your help taking my groceries out, and I don't need you walking me to my truck to help me put it in. I am fully capable of doing this because I'm not tipping you. I'm sorry. I'm not tipping you. I'm going to get my groceries out. I don't care if the bread and the Gatorade go together. I just want to get it in the bag and in the truck and get home.
Did you ask him, bro, do you even lift?
No. I'm not that kind of gym head. No.
All right. Bro, do you even lift, bro? All right. So Robert asked us a question, and let me see if I can pull this up here. It says, can you please state how many victories the Giants will win? Wow. Do you want to take a shot?
Can I just say I think they'll make the playoffs? I can't give you a pinpoint number, but I do think they're good to make the playoffs, if that helps.
So here's the only challenge I have with the Giants this season is that they're playing in the West along with the Dodgers, the Padres. You know what I mean? It's so
right.
It becomes sort of an attrition in which you're beating up on all these teams. And right now, as a Padre fan, I will absolutely state this out loud. Oh my God, the Dodgers look unbeatable.
That's what happens when you can buy everything you need.
We're playing this season to go through the motions. I mean, at the end of and I know it's going to come around and bite me in the ass when the Dodgers don't end up in the World Series because they get beat, whatever happens. But right now, as it stands, this season, we're literally playing out the season for second place.
Yeah. It feels like it. And that sucks too. I mean, there's good teams. There's dynasties in football. There's dynasties in the NBA. There's good teams that are good. Shaq and Kobe years, I felt like that were never going to end. But like right now, that team from top to bottom is loaded. One guy goes down, there's somebody just as good going to step right into their position. Like almost feels like Alabama during the pre-NIL years. It's just like
the Saban era.
What do you do? Yeah, that's what it feels like in the MLB right now.
And Kim does bring up a great point. The Giants will win more than the Rockies. 100%. Yeah. I don't care. Look, if you can find that wager anywhere, that is your double whale, mega mortgage, lock of a lifetime that the Giants end up winning more than the Rockies do this season.
I think the Dodgers are plus 200 right now to win the World Series. I think my friend Chris Meany put it on Twitter. It's the first time since 2003 Yankees that the odds have been that low to start the season for somebody to win the World Series.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
DG says, hey, is he calling him Robbie Bobby? Is that his name?
I think so. I think so.
That's actually funny.
It's my cousin who races NASCAR with Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby? All right, Robbie Bobby. That's your name from now on. I don't care. DG has spoken. He says 84 wins. So,
Go.
and Scotty brings up another good question. Why does Costco check your receipt? Because you look sketchy, Scotty. That's why.
Sam's Club does the same thing.
They all do it. It's all
yeah.
And I'm only kidding. You don't look sketchy.
And that's a wasted membership that I have too. Because one, you have it to buy in bulk, but you don't ever want to go there. Because anytime that I need to go there, it's the same time everybody and their brother wants to go there. And that place, as big as it is, you can't get around anywhere in that place. Like everything is tight corners. You get this big ass cart. I hate going to Sam's Club. I absolutely hate it. Even though I know what it's there for, I know why you have one. I don't know why we haven't canceled our membership yet, because neither one of us want to go there ever. Because it's like Sunday is the best time for us to go. So where's the rest of everybody?
Where else are you going to get 18 pounds of pasta for $30?
Right? If you eat pasta, I guess, but no. Yeah.
I know. You're sucking down protein shakes. I get it.
Protein shakes and medium rare steaks, baby, all day long.
I love it. That's a t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
Let's get to this light the lamp before because I'll sit here all day and just get crazy. Our light the lamp. We've got Tage Thompson plus 135, William Nylander at plus 150. I almost said Highlander. David Pasta, speaking of pasta, David Pasternak at plus 160, Alec Took at plus 180, and Mika Zibanejad at plus 185. Robbie, listen, there's not too many guys you can like off this list. Are you sticking with the list, or are you going off the board, and why?
I'm sure you want Tage Thompson, correct? Was that your pick going into this?
Come on, bro. You know that.
All right. I'll take Adam Fox at plus 425 off the board for the Rangers.
Of course you would.
And the only reason why is because his odds this morning, I grabbed them at like plus 525. They're now down to plus 415. So a lot of people think he's going to score tonight. So do I. So give me Adam Fox for value. Honestly, if you want even better value, Rasmus Dahlin, the guy I like for an assist, that's the one I would I have bet that. So yeah, let's change it. Adam Fox, you're out because you're Rangers. You suck. Give me Rasmus Dahlin for a go at plus 425.
What do you think about Josh Doan for the Sabres? Because he has been on a tear as of late, getting a lot of shots on goal. Boston, 32nd in the league versus his position as the center here, which is why I like Tage Thompson to score because he's on that front line for the power line as well. Josh Doan, what are your thoughts?
I like Josh Doan. I like his actual line. He's on the same line with, I think, is it Josh? Man, we had somebody talk to us about, I think RJ had sent us a thing. Josh Morris. Is that right?
Yes.
And Josh Norris. I get him and Josh Norris mixed up.
Norris.
Yeah. Josh Norris. Now, I did take that Josh Norris for a point at plus 100. I would rather play his point prop if it's available. Let me see what they actually have it set at, because I think he's on the same line with Norris. And Norris is a center position as well. So that's another reason why I like his point prop tonight. Trying to find it. But yeah, as far as Josh Doan goes, I'm not betting him to score a goal, but it's not a bad look considering where he plays.
Would you play him for a point instead of a goal?
That's what I'm trying to see what his point prop is. Josh Doan's point prop is at, come on, Doan, minus 105. So I don't hate his point prop. Minus 105 versus Boston. Only played him 4 times in his career. October 30th of this season, he had a goal. So 1 for 3 in his lifetime against them. But he has 2 goals and assists in his last 4 games. So definitely don't hate him for a point.
All right. And I love this. Did I say Sia Najad? No, I didn't. Although I love Sia. You will not find a bigger Sia fan than myself. And I did nail. Thank you, Nate, for recognizing. I nailed how to spell Zibanejad. Joe is going with Mika Zibanejad, which is kind of cool. That's funnier than hell. And we do have one more question.
Okay.
And I love this. Do you ever get groceries delivered?
Sometimes Sarah will do a pickup where she goes and picks it up, but 3 out of the 4 times she's complaining that they didn't get it right. So I'm damn sure not going to trust them to get my groceries to me. And 1, I don't trust them getting the groceries to me. And 2, I don't think they're going to get what I actually want most of the time either. So no, I'll just do that myself.
Okay. So and my response to this, Scotty, is it depends on what I need. And I say that because my wife is Italian and has particular needs when it comes to her fruits and vegetables. And I have been known, I have seen it happen firsthand too many times to count. The selection process that goes through on selecting the right vegetables, it's a process. So if it's anything else but vegetables or fruit, yeah, I'm not opposed to having that delivered. Whatever, it is what it is. But my wife trusts nobody with the selection process. It's kind of like the NCAA committee, right? It's very secretive. There's a whole thing that they had. There's charts, diagrams. She goes through her process, and I push the cart, and that's what I do. So, yeah,
I do want to mention.
Points out. Oh, go ahead.
Tyler O'Neill has a home run on 6 straight opening days. So
Say that
everybody
again?
Tyler O'Neill has a home run in 6 straight opening days. I meant to mention that when we were talking about home runs earlier. So if you got some loose change, I think it was around plus 300 when I looked. 6 straight days ain't bad, but I'm pretty sure everybody and their brother's going to be on it. Kind of like Frondell last night for the Blackhawks, who did get a point, by the way. He didn't get a goal, but he did get a point.
Yeah, but see, now we just break because now I'm back to, is it really opening day? This is opening.
It's tomorrow. He plays for the Orioles. He's not playing. Oh, your reasoning, because tonight is opening night. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
That's right. Yeah.
So Kim and I are on the same page, but what if it's not opening day?
All those stats go out the window now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
good catch.
Oh, listen, Kyle. He says he can't drive or really go anywhere, so he goes delivery for everything. He's got it down to a science, best day and time to order. Dude, listen, you could turn that into a business. You could be a consultant and start taking those orders and advising people on when the best time and stuff. Call me. I'm full of business opportunities. I know you're watching Survivor tonight. You're not going to be here tomorrow.
Correct.
I'll be filling in for you. I'll be here with DG tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern time, right here on the Weekday Wagers channel. What are you kind of expecting tonight as far as what do you foresee happening?
Well, 2 people have to go home. I'm sure somebody on that crappy tribe will go home because they can't win an advantage or anything to save their life. So I'm interested to see which tribe actually loses and has to get somebody out tonight. If it's Rizzo's tribe, you might see Rizzo or Charlie going home. That would be my expectations.
Yeah, I don't see Rizzo lasting long in this thing, to be honest.
I hope he does. My love for Rizzo is carried over even into this, because if Sari can last as long as she's lasted, then I'm for Rizzo to last longer than her.
The minute you said Sari, this message pops up from Kim. Can Sari just go? Can she just go already?
I hate it. Everybody, every little interview I listen to just talks about how great it is. Okay, vote her off though. If she's that great, vote her off. She clearly doesn't need to be there because she can win. Vote her off.
I love it. I love it.
I'd definitely throw rocks at Sari.
You know that's never going to get you on that show, right? We got to stop saying you're going to throw rocks. You would. I don't know. We got to come up with something else because that sounds like really aggressive.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I'll throw coconuts in if I can't find rocks.
I'll toss coconuts.
At least then I can say I was trying to give them some food.
Right. All right. There's that. I'm sorry she couldn't catch it with her nose. Is that a me thing? No.
Yeah.
So listen, with that, first of all, thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. We absolutely love doing this. every Monday through Friday, 2 o'clock Eastern. By the way, if you're interested, talking about opening day not starting until tomorrow, there is still time for you to head over to the Weekday Wagers video tab. Take a look at the first 5 MLB model. It's a walkthrough on how to build your it's a first 5 inning model. I'm telling you, you can use that for first 5 or first 3. It's very easy to do. In fact, I explain how to do it in the video. It's 15 minutes long. It's really short, and it's a profitable working model in and of its own. You want to dive in a little more? Head over to Amazon. Buy the book called Seeing the Board. It's an introduction into building sports models, and 99% of the proceeds go to Clear Path for Veterans. So you're helping a absolutely incredible charity and incredible cause. So with that, Rob, anything you got?
Nah, we've covered everything from opening day / night to the crappy hockey games to if we talk to people at the grocery store. No, I think we covered every base.
We're good. All right. So with that, listen, I will be here tomorrow with Mr. Daniel Greer, the one and only DG himself, breaking down some Survivor, because guess what? That is now my nightly Wednesday night routine, mixing in a little Survivor. Plus, I'll probably be watching a little NIT just because it's some basketball. And of course, I'm going to be focused on the first 5 in tonight's opening night baseball game. But enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, be kind to one another and let's cash these tickets.